So the ARK update with the Phoenix has just dropped, and in this video, gamers, I'm going to be showing you how to tame it, where to find it, and what it can do. Now, I did spend quite a bit of time off camera just trying to figure out how to tame a Phoenix, and there are many different ways of doing it. However, the fundamental part is that the only way you can tame a Phoenix is by lighting it on fire. Now, that's going to be a little bit tricky because the Phoenix only spawns during the heat wave, which is a weather change that has been implemented into ARK that the temperature just shoots a lot. Actually, I am in a heat wave currently. Now, what a heat wave does is it makes it very difficult to really survive. And because of that, well, let's just put it that the Phoenix only is around for about 5 minutes. So that's a little bit difficult, and it takes a long time to tame. So I'm here on a single player server with the rates turned up and with probably the best way of taming a Phoenix, which is with a fire wyvern. You can also do it with a flamethrower and fire arrows. However, those are not as effective as a fire wyvern. Now, only one can spawn at a time. So during a heat wave, you'll only be able to find one of them. Now, that's a little bit of a difficult thing, really, because when you are, flying around and doing whatever you need to do, it's very difficult to find it because you're going to be fighting everybody else who wants it. So it's a very difficult tame to find. However, it has very unique features, which I'll get into when we find one. Now, like I said, the only way you can find one is during the heat wave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a spawn command that I have right here, which is cheat ce start superheat, as well as stop. And I also have the spawn command for the Phoenix. Now, I do want to let you know, gamers, that I am currently in a, what's it called? Geez, I forgot the name. I'm in infinite stats, there you go, and I'm also on a single player server with the rates turned up. So, as you can see, gamers, the only way you can light this is by, oh wow, that was very, very quick. I was not expecting it to be that quick. What level are you, buddy? You are a level 21. Okay, so you started quite low. So, I'm just going to leave you right here, actually. And I'm going to go find another one because I'm looking more for a high level one so I can show you that it does not take that short amount of time. And like I said, gamers, the only way you can light it, or actually tame it, is by catching it on fire, which is a bit difficult because, it just takes forever. Now, if you are in the fire wyvern and you do have your rates turned up, it is extremely, it's actually not as hard as it is to tame it. However, if you are on an official server where the taming is only one and you're going to be fighting with a lot of other people, this is going to be a challenge to tame. So do keep that in mind. I am also, like I said, in infinite stats so that I'm able to do this. Actually, they were both the exact same level. All right, so that is what it is. That is what it is. So I'm going to take it up here. Actually, I'm going to disable the superheats. There we go. And I'm going to show you what this mount can do, because it can actually do some very interesting things. The first thing that you do want to know, gamers, is that you cannot land it at all. There is no possible way of landing it, which is a little bit of a disappointment, because if you're on a base or if you're on a PvP server and you have this tamed up, there is no way for you to protect it, because due to the fact that it is flying, yeah, it's a little bit difficult to, do anything. So, where did it go? Okay, so it's over there. So, like I said, it's unable to land, as you can see. However, it looks amazing. I mean, look at it. It looks fantastic. In the dev kit, I did notice that I did go in the dev kit, and the head was, I believe it was smaller. So, I actually like how this turned out. I believe the head became bigger, and it also has a nice blue tint, as you can see there, which I didn't know, actually. So, the first thing I do want to let you know, gamers, is that if you look at it, it is a terrible mount. Like, it is embarrassing how terrible it is. I mean, look at the weight. This is this is untouched, no levels added. This is absolutely terrible. And I'm going to show you why later on, why you should not have a what's it called? Have weight. Now, this is the movement of it without the shift. So it's quite slow. With shift, it's slightly faster. However, one thing that this thing does have that I don't think any other mount has, actually, I'm just going to put this guy in infinite stats because I do not want to wait around, for like 60 minutes just to get anything done in this video. Where's it? Here's it. Here's infinite stats. There we go. However, one thing this can do is if you right click, you shoot fireballs. You shoot freaking fireballs. I mean, that's actually quite amazing. And you can spam it as well. It's not something that, you know, doesn't need to be spam, that you have to wait, which is actually very cool. And you can light objects on fire. And this is actually quite handy if you're, you know, in a somewhat of a PvP situation where you can just, you know, throw this and it catches everything on fire. It also has a sea attack. Now this sea attack is actually a very interesting sea attack because it can do something that I don't think any flying mount can do. And I'm going to show you right here. There you go. It breaks stone. That is correct, gamers. This mount is able to break stone. And I'll show you why that could be possibly useful later on. However, I am going to show you another cool feature. Is that a cool feature that this mount can do is that if you were to hold down space, you start to pick up speed, and you go so fast, you burst into flames. Now, this is extremely handy if you are in a somewhat of a PvP scenario. I don't know why you would ever take this into PvP area, but if you have this and it's, you know, in this current mode, you can light mounts on fire. Now, you do also have to be careful because in a PvE scenario, you will also, you know, light your own mounts. So I'm going to see if I can find some dinos around here. I have no idea where I can find it. One thing you can also do, gamers, with this is that you can turn. Not many, you know, creatures can turn when you are in their like special ability. For example, a Dodic, when it's rolling, you cannot turn. However, with this you can. Just do keep in mind that it is a very wide turn. So here we do. Here we have some mounts. We're gonna fly right next to them, and as you can see, gamers, it just catches them on fire, which is actually quite handy. Now, one thing that also happens if you do attack a mount is that, as you can see, they will not catch on fire when they attack you. However, if you were to attack them, you know, just with a simple attack, they do also catch fire, which is very handy, very, very handy, because you can just, you know, attack and fly. So I'm just gonna fly away here, and I'm gonna show you. Actually, I'm not going to show you. I'm going to take you to a place where I can put these guys to test. I'm going to have a couple of them lined up and then, you know, put them to the test and see how they turn out to be. Now, do keep in mind, gamers, that none of these will be the exact same level due to the fact that, you know, everything does change, especially when you have it like this. Why am I pooing so much? Wow. I like poo with like a mastermind or something. Actually, also, one thing I completely forgot is that if you are to kill a mount, I'm gonna see if I can, you know, kill a couple of mounts here. Come on, can I hit these guys? It's a bit difficult to, really. Did I hit him? No, I didn't hit him. All right, I'm gonna find a small mount, kill it, and I'm gonna show you what it can do. So one thing that this Tame, the Phoenix can do that I don't think no other Tame can do is it can cook objects and smelt objects. So I've got some meat and some metal here, and now this does take a little bit of time to do. It does not happen instantly. It's about the same way as a campfire, but as you can see, it cooks what's it called? It makes meat into cooked meat, and it takes metal into metal ingots, which is actually extremely handy if you're out and about. Now, do keep in mind though that if you are not, it's kind of useless. It is, you know, it is quite useless because of its terrible weight. You can't really do much with it. So it kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is, really. So I want to actually pump it up with some levels here, and I'm going to show you what it can really be handy for. So this is, I don't quite remember what the max level is on this server, but this is, you know, 71 levels that I can pump into him. Now, probably the best thing you should do is probably pump up its health. As you can see, its health goes up at a pretty significant rate, which is actually quite handy. So I would say probably around, you know, depending on the level, I would say at least a couple of thousand, because that's always handy, especially with its terrible health. Maybe I spent a bit too many levels on this, and then I would probably not go for weight, because as you can see, it goes up terribly, and then I'll just pump everything else into melee damage. That's exactly what I would do. Nothing else, nothing less, because honestly, that's really the best you could really do. So it's not the best of creatures, however, it does have some very cool features. When you speed at a certain time, when you go at a certain speed, it will burst into flames, it'll catch any mount on fire. You can also do your C attack to destroy stone, which is not that handy due to the fact that, you know, like I said, you only have a very low weight, so it kind of becomes useless. I believe it also works with metal. We can check that out right here, because as I said, it's kind of silly that it has this. It does not look like you get any metal whatsoever, which kind of sucks. It actually does definitely suck that you do not get any metal. However, you do get a good amount of stone. This could be the Dodic of the skies. However, it just does not have the weight to carry everything. So this is where I'm going to wrap the video. It's just a quick little look about the Phoenix. I'm going to be doing another video later on today with, you know, what happens if you were to pump melee damage entirely, you know, and all that. So similar as all my other ARK update videos. However, I did want to let you know about this. Sorry about that, I just got a message. You can also, by the way, tame a Phoenix with a Phoenix. I have tried that, and it is possible to do. So if you are a tribe on a server that has a Phoenix, you can do it. I'm not sure if it's as effective as a Wyvern, so do keep that in mind. However, this year was a first look at the Phoenix, how to tame, where to find, and how to find it really. Do keep in mind that only one of them spawns during a heat wave, and only one of them spawns at a time. If that does not get tamed, there will be no other ones spawning until the next heat wave, and it will disappear after a heat wave. You could possibly somehow get it into a cage, but that is a far too difficult thing due to the fact that they will never land, and they'll never come close enough to the ground. If you were to spawn one to the ground, the first thing they'll do is fly up into the air. Now do keep in mind also that I do have this server on a, you know, higher tame rate. I believe it is a ×10. So if you want official, do keep in mind that this is not going to be as easy as I made it look like. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button, and if you're new, do not forget to subscribe. This was a first look at the Wyvern. Sorry, not the Wyvern, the Phoenix, and I have to admit that this is an absolutely beautiful creature, and if they were a little bit more useful, I would definitely be taming them at every possible chance. However, this is where I'm going to wrap the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the very next video. Goodbye, and don't forget, gamers, to keep on flaming.